Surviving narcissistic abuse. 5 ways it impacts you and how to overcome it. Narcissistic abuse is a form of emotional and psychological abuse that can have lasting effects on the victim. Narcissistic abuse occurs when someone with a narcissistic personality disorder manipulates and controls their victim in order to maintain power and control over them. The effects of narcissistic abuse can be devastating and long-lasting. In this video, we will explore 5 ways in which narcissistic abuse can change you. 1. Loss of self-esteem. One of the most significant ways in which narcissistic abuse can change you is by eroding your self-esteem. Narcissists often use gaslighting and other manipulation tactics to make their victim doubt their own reality and feel like they are crazy. This can cause the victim to lose trust in themselves and their own judgment, leading to a severe loss of self-esteem. Over time, victims of narcissistic abuse may start to feel like they are worthless, unlovable, and undeserving of anything good in life. This loss of self-esteem can affect every aspect of a person's life, from their work to their relationships, making it difficult to move forward and heal from the abuse. 2. Constant anxiety and fear. Narcissistic abuse can also lead to constant anxiety and fear in the victim. Narcissists often use fear as a tool to control their victim, and this can leave the victim in a constant state of anxiety. Victims of narcissistic abuse may constantly worry about what their abuser will do next, or how they will react to a particular situation. This anxiety and fear can be debilitating, and may lead to symptoms such as panic attacks, insomnia, and other physical and emotional issues. It can also make it difficult for the victim to trust others and form healthy relationships in the future. 3. Difficulty setting boundaries. Another way in which narcissistic abuse can change you is by making it difficult to set and enforce boundaries. Narcissists often do not respect boundaries, and may actively work to undermine and violate them. This can leave the victim feeling powerless and unable to protect themselves. Over time, victims of narcissistic abuse may struggle to set healthy boundaries in their relationships with others. They may find it difficult to say no to requests or demands, or they may struggle to enforce their boundaries when they are violated. This can leave the victim vulnerable to further abuse and mistreatment. 4. Trust issues. Narcissistic abuse can also lead to significant trust issues in the victim. Narcissists often lie, manipulate, and deceive their victim in order to maintain control over them. This can cause the victim to lose trust in not only the narcissist but in other people as well. Over time, victims of narcissistic abuse may struggle to trust anyone, including friends, family members, and romantic partners. This can make it difficult to form healthy relationships and can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolation. 5. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Finally, narcissistic abuse can lead to post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, in the victim. PTSD is a mental health condition that can occur after experiencing or witnessing a traumatic event. Victims of narcissistic abuse may experience symptoms of PTSD such as flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts. PTSD can be debilitating, and can significantly impact a person's quality of life. It can make it difficult to work, form relationships, and engage in daily activities. It is important for victims of narcissistic abuse to seek professional help if they are experiencing symptoms of PTSD. In conclusion, narcissistic abuse can have lasting effects on the victim, including a loss of self-esteem, constant anxiety and fear, difficulty setting boundaries, trust issues, and PTSD. If you or someone you know is experiencing narcissistic abuse, it is important to seek help and support from a qualified professional. With the right treatment and support, it is possible to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse and move forward in a positive and healthy way. Recovering from narcissistic abuse is a long and challenging process, but it is possible with the right support. One of the first steps in recovering from narcissistic abuse is to acknowledge that you have been a victim of abuse. This can be difficult, as many victims of narcissistic abuse have been gaslighted and made to feel like they are to blame for the abuse. Once you have acknowledged that you have been a victim of narcissistic abuse, it is important to seek professional help. Therapy can be a valuable tool in healing from the effects of narcissistic abuse, as it can help you to work through your feelings and develop coping strategies for dealing with the trauma. It is also important to practice self-care during the healing process. This may involve engaging in activities that bring you joy, such as exercise, meditation, or spending time with loved ones. It may also involve setting boundaries and learning to prioritize your own needs. In addition to seeking professional help and practicing self-care, it can be helpful to connect with others who have experienced narcissistic abuse. Support groups and online forums can provide a safe and supportive space to share your experiences and connect with others who understand what you have been through. Ultimately, recovering from narcissistic abuse is a journey that takes time, patience, and self-compassion. It is important to remember that healing is possible, and that you deserve to live a life free from the effects of abuse. By seeking help and support, practicing self-care, and connecting with others who have experienced similar trauma, you can begin to rebuild your sense of self and move forward in a positive and healthy way. In conclusion, narcissistic abuse can have a profound impact on the victim, changing them in a number of significant ways. From a loss of self-esteem to trust issues and PTSD, the effects of narcissistic abuse can be devastating and long-lasting. However, with the right support and treatment, it is possible to heal from the effects of narcissistic abuse and move forward in a positive and healthy way. If you or someone you know is experiencing narcissistic abuse, it is important to seek help and support from a qualified professional and to remember that healing is possible. It is important to recognize the signs of narcissistic abuse and take steps to protect yourself from it. This may involve setting boundaries with a narcissistic individual, seeking help and support from a therapist or support group, and removing yourself from the situation if necessary. If you suspect that you are in a relationship with a narcissistic individual, it is important to trust your instincts and seek help. Narcissistic abuse can have a lasting impact on your mental and emotional well-being, but with the right support, you can begin to heal and move forward in a positive direction. Remember that you are not alone, and that there are resources available to help you through this difficult time. Recovery from narcissistic abuse is possible, and with the right tools and support, you can begin to rebuild your sense of self and reclaim your life.